OHSAA football on Waycross Sports, brought to you by Wild Birds Unlimited, your backyard bird feeding specialist on Kemper and Winton Roads next to Fitworks. Call them at 825-7777. Neiman Plumbing. Visit them at www.neimanplumbing.com or call them at 513-851-5588. And Star One Realtors. Visit them at www.starone.com. One goal, one passion. Call them at their Northwest office at 513-385-0900. And the Driver Ed Academy, where your safety begins. Visit them at www.driveredacademy.com or call them at 729-2550.
And welcome to 8801 Cheviot Road, Colerain High School. It's Colerain High School football as presented by Waycross Community Television in partnership with WeAreColerain.com. I am Brandon Wyatt alongside Brian Wyatt from WeAreColerain.com as your Colerain Cardinals get ready to play host to the Lakota West Firebirds here on senior night at Cardinal Stadium.
It's a big GMC matchup. Colerain undefeated in the GMC takes on the traveling team, Lakota West Firebirds. They started off, they come in after a big win, 35-7 against Middletown last week. They are 2-6 overall and 2-4 in the GMC. Going to see a shootout tonight. This team scores a lot of points, but it gives up a lot of points too. So high expectations. It's always tough. It's senior night. It's Colerain, red on red. Should be a great game.
The Firebirds coming to this evening's contest 2-6 overall, 2-4 in the conference. They did have tough out-of-conference games, including one against the Centerville Elks, in which they lost. They also last week defeated the Middletown Middies. They are led by head coach Larry Cox, and they are in their 16th all-time meeting with the Colerain Cardinals. They're just 1-15 in that time, and they haven't beat the Colerain Cardinals since 1998.
Yeah, average score of the game pretty much been lopsided so far in Colerain's favor. Colerain's averaging 41 points throughout this long story career, and Lakota West only 14. So far offensively, Lakota West 282 yards offense, defensively 319. So should be a big test, should be a track meet, should be a great game. As we said, it's senior night, a special night here at Colerain High School. We're going to recognize all of our seniors from all of our different sports, but kind of focus on our football players tonight. So 2.5 minutes left till kickoff.
And you get your first look at the Lakota West Firebirds, and they're all white with the traditional W on the side of their helmets. The Colerain Cardinals did win the toss. They deferred, and so the Lakota West Firebirds will have the opening possession. They are led on offense by Mr. Everything for them. They don't score a lot of points, but they have a super sophomore in the backfield in David Afari.
Yeah, quarterback with Jaden Horton, 6'2", 180-pound sophomore, 183 attempts on the year. He's thrown for 815 yards. It's a 10-yard average and 3 touchdowns, but has also thrown 2 interceptions. You're right. David Afari, they got 2 sophomores, starting quarterback, starting running back. So a lot of depth here at Lakota West. Afari at 976 yards already on the season. He's got a long of 80. He's averaging 6.5 yards a carry. Also going to see a little bit of Jalen Swanson. He's averaging 6.5 yards a carry also. As a team, averaging almost 5 yards a carry. Receivers, Jordan Harris, senior, 23 receptions, 227 yards, and 1 touchdown. Dylan Jones, 21 catches, 1 touchdown. Big player to watch is, though, on defense. Well, defensive end linebacker, Xavier Peters, 6'4", 225 pounds. One of the top recruits in the state, and Colerain's going to really be tested keeping him off the edge and keeping Gunnar Leyendecker clean.
Lakota West is very big in their front seven, and they're led all-team first GMC last year, defensive lineman Tyler Bentley.
Yeah, watching them warm up, I mean, they're 6'4", 6'5" across, and very, very one of probably the biggest defensive line. But really, it comes down to the second level. The linebackers and the safeties are going to come up. Colerain's going to spread the ball out, led by Gunnar Leyendecker. Big play quarterback, running the option. Also has been throwing the ball very accurate lately. But the man to watch, Ivan Pace Jr., fullback linebacker. This offense is all runs off of the fullback. When he's running well, this team is running well. So battle up front between this Colerain offensive line and this Lakota West defensive line.
As your Colerain Cardinals come down the steps, they'll be in their red tops, black bottoms. Again, it is senior night.
We'll recognize some of these seniors as we get on. But remember, this is brought to you both by WeAreColerain.com and Waycross Community Media. Replay of this, we'll tweet it out just quickly. It'll be on Spectrum Channel 4 and 8:54 in Cincinnati Bell-Fi Optics this Sunday at 9 a.m. and Thursday at 2 p.m. on Spectrum Optics. Spectrum 979 in Cincinnati Bell-Fi Optics 8:50. Saturday at 9 p.m. Sunday the 23rd at 5 p.m. and Wednesday the 25th at 9 p.m. Tweet that out on WeAreColerain.com so you can see it. Or you can go directly to www.waycross.tv. Be posted sometime tomorrow afternoon. As Brandon said, Colerain won the toss, and like they like to do, this team, as many points as they like to score, they pride themselves on defense. Will put themselves to the test. Field position battle right away, putting their defense out on the field first.
It will be
back deep with Firebirds, number 13,
Jeremiah Ross.
And number 6, Cedric Thomas.
Cedric Thomas back deep to return the opening kick for the Firebirds. It'll be Chris Mangold to kick off for the Colerain Cardinals. It must have been a little bit different week for Chris Mangold. He's a soccer player, been pulling double duties. Unfortunately for the Colerain Cardinals soccer team, the boys lost this week to Elder. So Chris Mangold's had a couple times where he's actually had a full day of practice with the football team.
As we said, told a lot of people, if you're not from Colerain, Mangold was never kicked a football before. A couple weeks before the season, Coach Bolden made a deal with the soccer coach and worked with him. He's gotten better and better as the year progressed, and here we go.
His opening kick is a low bounce. They're going to try to pin it in a quarter. It's going to be fielded by Thomas. Take it down the sidelines and immediately by a flock of Cardinals. And they trap him down. After a minimal gain, the Firebirds will take their opening possession at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, taken down by Bolden. This nice little, no breeze tonight. Not really sure why he didn't try to kick it to the end zone. But effective squib. When that ball's not evenly around, you don't know what kind of bounce. And really, starting off to 22 is almost actually 21 and a half.
Center for the Firebirds.
We get the Firebirds under center. Jaden Horton out of the shotgun pistol formation.
Horton takes the snap, hands it off straight up the middle of Afari. Had a hole initially, closes quickly. He's held to a minimal gain.
The smaller, quicker defensive line for these Colerain Cardinals closed that up very quickly. Looked like there was a little bit of hole there, closed up very quick. So that'll bring a gain of 2 yards, stopped by the interior of the Colerain defense. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 8, back to the shotgun formation. This time 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
Horton signals to his center. Cardinals showing blitz. Hand up the middle again. Each time Afari finds some space. He's into the hole. He's going to get across the line again, and it's a first down for the for the Firebirds of Lakota West.
Good work up front. Showed great patience there, finding the hole. Offensive line just kind of held up their man. Really didn't get much of a push, but he had enough of a crease to find it. So the first down of the game, as we watched the replay, shows great patience, waits, and finds the seam, and then accelerates through. Nice seal block there on the outside. Ball's spotted at the Lakota West 34-yard line.
4 wide receivers this time. Trips to the wide side. Horton snap, handoff. Afari hitting the backfield, bounces off it, still on his feet. Cross to the outside. He's going to pick up about 4 yards before he's finally first out of bounds. But Lakota West has something going here on their opening drive.
Yeah, that play looked like it was a little bit timing off, and I don't know if that little bit of timing delay had Colerain penetrating a little bit deeper. They stuck them up the middle, and it got outside, a gain of 4, almost 5 yards.
2nd and 6 for the Firebirds. Full house backfield on the T formation. Handoff up the middle, hitting the backfield immediately. Dan Bolden all over Jalen Swanson, and that's a loss of 2 on the play.
When you line up in the T like that, really movement or nothing that can fool the linebackers. You can get a moving, and Dan Bolden reads this perfectly, blows up the seam, and right there stops him. No gain. Actually lost about a yard. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Not the situation the Firebirds want to be in a 3rd and obvious passing situation. Jaden Horton
Colerain playing a really tight coverage, man-to-man.
Going to try to apply pressure here to Horton. He rolls to his right, trying to escape it. Finds
Picked
Ethan
off.
Stout. Unfortunately for him, Ethan Stout plays for the Colerain Cardinals.
And unfortunately, Ethan Stout plays linebacker for a reason. Not much hands right there. That ball hit him in the chest. But you know what? He did his job. He's in the right area. If you can't make the catch, make sure no one else will. Ethan Stout knocks it down, and it'll bring on the punting team for the Lakota West Fireworks.
Javon Hicks back deep for the Cardinals. Nick Hort to punt for the Firebirds. Low bouncing snap. Cardinals did not apply pressure. Hort will get it off, but it's not going to be very deep. It's not going to take a very big bounce. It'll roll down, be touched at the 35-yard line, but just a 25-yard punt. And it'll be 1st down for the Colerain Cardinals. Will take their first possession of the evening.
So Colerain winning the flip, getting what they want, deferring to the second half. They do what they need to do, make the stop. 3 and out. Now they got the ball. Gunnar Leyendecker for the Colerain Cardinals. Going to go right out of the I formation.
2 receivers to the top of the field. Leyendecker gets the play from the sidelines. Takes the snap. Option left. Forced the pitch. Deontay Smith-Moore has some space down the sidelines. And against any other team, Deontay Smith-Moore probably has 6 points, but Xavier Peter closes. But it'll be a 8-yard gain on 1st down.
Yeah, Leyendecker does a great job, gets the pitch late, and there's the big man, Peters. Gets the great angle, but shows great athleticism. 2nd down and 2.
Cardinals again. Same formation, flip the other way now. Handoff up the middle, Pace had it, lost the ball, turnover, Lakota West football.
Yeah, just in the mesh right there, a straight handoff. Not sure if he's trying to pull it out or contact made that. So we see in the, just kind of little miscommunication in the mesh.
And it's
Jacob Kiefer on the recovery for Lakota West, which will give Lakota West good field position at the 45 of Colerain.
Just like that, the Firebirds are in Cardinal territory. Handoff up the middle, nothing going up front.
ball carrier.
And it'll be a loss of 1 yard for Afari.
Well, I'll tell you what, Colerain looked like they knew that by formation. They ran a little stunt. 2 defensive tackles, the undersized defensive tackles from the Colerain Cardinals were there in the backfield, and there was nothing in that interior line, nothing in that A-gap, nowhere for the running back to go.
Brings up 2nd and 11. Lakota West back to that T formation.
A little bit of movement up front. Colerain moves, Lakota West
And
moves,
they're
but I
gonna-
believe it's going to leave the right guard.
I'm going to say Lakota West jump first. I don't know what's the penalty on simultaneous movement. It looked like Ivan Pace and the
Well,
right
it's
guard
not like
moved at the same
baseball.
time.
There's no tie goes to the runner, but anytime that offensive player moves, I think he's going to get the benefit of the doubt.
So, now 2nd and 16.
Back to their side of the 50, ball on the 49.
Shotgun power formation to the right for Lakota West, and they're just going to student body right, going to try to find some space. Horton gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
They've had a little bit of success to the outside. The middle's been pretty much bottled up. Looking to match athlete to athlete. Lakota West tries to get outside, picks up some of them. Going to be 3rd down and a long 11. Don't know if this is 4-down territory. They pick up maybe half of this. They might go for our 4th down.
Ball spotted on the
Take a
Colerain
little bit of time
46-yard
to get
line.
this play in. Still plenty of time, 15 seconds on the play clock.
So, shotgun again, power formation to the right. Horton hands it off to Afar, and he's met in the backfield by Dan Bolden. And that play went nowhere.
Yeah, Bolden meets him back there. I believe that was Tanner Riley also back there.
Javon Hicks back for the Cardinals.
And with no gain and actually a loss on the play, not 4-down territory. He's going to bring up punt area, but you know what? You're at Colerain, you're at home. You made a big play. This is a good area for a fake.
Definitely a good spot for a fake for Hort, but there was a terrible snap last time for the Firebirds. See if the Cardinals come after it. Not a very fast snap, but Hort just gets it off in front of Bolden. Javon Hicks will signal the fair catch, fielded it around his own 20-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will start their 2nd possession of the evening.
Yeah, with the snap like that, Colerain really doesn't traditionally go for the block too often, but that ball kind of wobbles. It's not quick back to the punter. Colerain might look to that later on in the game. So another defense is stopped by the Colerain Cardinals.
Cardinals, though, back to the I formation.
They've spread out the gaps between the linemen a little bit.
Pitch. J.J. Davis kicks it, cuts it. He's going to pick up the first down. Off the pitch, just a simple option right there, inside veer for the Colerain Cardinals.
Looks like Lakota West is really kind of keying up the middle. They attack the fullback there. Lion Deck reads the end, gets it outside. And J.J. Davis is he's showing this. He's slippery. He doesn't need a lot. Good block by Javon Hicks down there. 1st down, Colerain at the 25.
Leyendecker steps back, quick little screen pass out to J.J. Davis, one-on-one, makes his man miss, and he's out in the space. He's gone. He's fast. J.J. Davis for 6.
We said he's slippery. He gets outside, and he goes 76 yards for the touchdown. Just a simple out. Almost a backward pass, wide receiver screen. He's got a block out there, but he's got to beat his man, and he's going to beat a lot of guys one-on-one. Leyendecker makes a simple pass, which is going to look a little bit better in the stats because he gets out there, gets the corner. J.J. Davis, there he goes. First score of the night, 7:35 in the first quarter.
And good block on the edge by J.J. Davis. Chris Mangold's kick is up and good at the 7:35 mark of the first quarter. It's your Colerain Cardinals 7, Lakota West Firebirds nothing.
Colerain gets first blood is exactly what they wanted to do here on senior night. Put it in your defensive hand. Let's show a little bit of variety on offense, but still 3 quarters, a lot of game to play, but Colerain Cardinal defense showing up strong. And then on that series, offensive big play, J.J. Davis.
They only ran 2 plays. I don't know. I mean, they showed up big, but it wasn't like it's sustained. You know, look as that extra point goes up and in. Just 2 plays of J.J. Davis being really, really fast.
Well, that's what when you're playing the Colerain Cardinals, you look at J.J. Davis to the outside, but you know what? One of the quicker players. So I'd like to see them get the ball a little bit more. They Sincere Jones, number 1, playing a little bit of defense, so he goes both ways, so he doesn't get the ball out. But when he does, he can take it the distance himself. You can't just. It's assignment football. You can't just key on one player against this Colerain Cardinal offense if your quarterback, Leyendecker, is making the proper decisions and the proper reads.
And as Mangold here gets set to kick. Kick is up, and it'll be fielded about the 9-yard line by Thomas. Trying to find some space. Bounces off the initial tackle, and he's got some space and a blocker. He's going to go down the sidelines, hit hard, stays on his feet, but he's finally out of bounds, but not before he gets to the 44-yard line.
Does a great job, but what I see there from the Colerain Cardinals, they make contact down deep. But you know what? When you put your arms to your stomach, make yourself a missile, and just lead with the shoulder, you're not going to take a lot of people down. You've got to hit. You've got to wrap. You've got to not very good tackling right there for the Colerain Cardinals. So good field position for Lakota West.
Last time Firebirds had good possession and ended 3 and out for the Cardinals forced.
So back to the pistol formation.
Horton with a fullback to his right, flanked by a tailback. And
again, I believe that might have been on your center. Had your tight end, your tackle, your running back, everybody moved except the ball.
A false start.
False start, Firebirds.
On Lakota West, and then a unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, there was no contact on that, so that was referees maybe heard somebody jawing a little bit.
Or the Cardinals might have simulated the snap, simulated the sound of the quarterback.
But it's post-play.
Yeah, you don't know.
First and 10.
Either way, it should be first down, not 1st and 0. There we go. 1st and 0, I don't think is a possible thing there. But if it's 1st and 10, a 5-yard penalty minus a 15 plus a 15-yard penalty, that's going to be 10 yards for a first down.
But they're saying first down and 1.
No, it was first down and 0.
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, the referees just had to get. They're doing the math. You're absolutely right. Minus 5 plus 15 is 10.
Yeah.
The Colerain touchdown was sponsored by Able Tool Corporation, Clifford Instruments.
Now they got it right.
All righty.
So into Colerain territory. Ball's at the 47.
About the spot where the Colerain Cardinals' first possession started.
Machine, Fire Tool, and Nolte Precise Manufacturing.
Excuse me, the Firebirds' last possession started. And we have another penalty flag.
I believe a referee are hearing something. There you. I've never seen this. I guess
I have no
I don't
idea
know if there
what's
was
going
offensive language. He's pointing to the Colerain bench, and he has thrown 2 flags on dead ball flags, pointing to the Colerain bench. And he's given a sideline warning against Colerain and a dead ball.
I don't know what that signal means.
I'm not sure what that signal is. Is that a delay of game?
I'm not sure. But it will be another 5-yard penalty. Be 1st and 5.
Ball now spotted on the Colerain 42-yard line.
All right, so back to action. Jaden Horton takes the snap back, looks to pass, going deep, pass over top, incomplete. intended for Cameron Weeby, but Deshaun Pace read that post pattern and he forced the errant throw over top.
Yeah, he made contact with him, hit him before he didn't get him let him get cleanly off the line of scrimmage. Kind of disrupted the timing of that play. Caused a huge overthrow. Wasn't even close to the wide receiver.
2nd down and 5 now for the Firebirds.
Colerain, their traditional 50 slant. They'll show you a lot of different things from this. They can come from any directions.
Handoff up the middle. Far ahead the spot. Still trying to find some space. And he loses about 3 yards, but there is a face mask, I believe, up for
flag on the there was a flag on the play. There was an inadvertent face mask, 5-yard variety.
Face mask, Colerain.
Yeah, it's pretty clear on the replay. Luke Bolden trying to make tackle, and he didn't pull down, but he very clearly makes contact with the face mask.
Yeah, we'll see the replay right here. Running back gets it, goes the outside. Luke sheds his man, and just a little bit of contact there, but enough to warrant a flag. So after they mark off this penalty.
So I'm getting.
Ball now spotted on the Colerain 40-yard line.
So I guess they're going to mark it from the end of the run. And it will be.
Should it be 3rd down?
No, it's repeated down. 2nd down and 4 now. Substitutions. Nasir Jones checks out. T formation for Lakota West. Rusty Feth checks in as an extra defensive lineman. Handoff up the middle. No, it's a play action pass. Horton can't find anyone deep. Tries to tuck it down as the pressure is applied. And he'll be sacked for a 3-yard loss.
Taken down by Brennan Hobbs. That was forced. Rusty Feth gets in there. They try to go play action. 2nd and short here. Try to catch a Colerain sleeping, but look at Rusty Feth. Big offensive lineman blowing it up. Along with Ivan Pace, forces him inside. Luke Bolden takes him down. Helmet comes off. He's got to come out of play. Ethan Stout comes in for him.
Brennan Hobbs comes hobbling off. He doesn't get off on that ankle. He's going to get another look here. Brennan Hobbs, the 5'11", 200-pound defensive lineman.
No, he's not 5'11", 5'7". Listed in the program as 5'7".
Leads the team, and with that sack, leads the league in sacks. That'll be his 6th and a half on the year.
Yeah, had 3 just last week.
So that was a little 10-10 on the sidelines with the officials' timeout after the sack. It'll be 3rd and 7
for as little as $25
for the Firebirds.
Fans, if you have not done so, I encourage you to join.
We said this Firebird offense been struggling this year. They do have the big play capability. Been in Colerain's side of the field most of the time. Really haven't got past the 40.
Been in Cardinal territory twice in their 3 possessions, which is amazing. We haven't even played a half a quarter yet, and they've had the ball 3 times.
Yeah, Colerain scores quick, gets them back, and we've had a couple 3-and-outs.
We'd like to thank Arab Pest Control, Fast Signs, Holding Realtors, Joseph Toyota of Cincinnati.
Thoughts go ahead to Brennan Hobbs. He tried to get off the field on his own power, but then got to the sidelines. He's up walking now, noticeably limping.
Supercuts, Valley Metalworks.
Colerain does have a little bit of depth at defensive line. Not a lot of size, but they've got a lot of kids that can come in. They always run a rotation, but they like to keep everybody fresh, but hopefully he comes back. Rusty Fett's going to stay in the ball game at nose tackle. That's his big 3rd down and 6.
Trips for Lakota West. 2 in the backfield. Horton takes the snap, straight back and sets up his screen, and he's got it there, trying to find some space across the line to gain, and a 1st down for Jalen Swanson off the halfback screen.
Yeah, great play call. They're going to play off the penetration for Colerain. Does a good job handling the snap, and they let Colerain come in. Reads that perfectly. Lyman do a great job get out there. Ethan Stout turns him inside. It was that Patterson that takes him down, but not after Lakota West. Deep into Colerain territory. 1st down at their Colerain 35. Right play call, right time.
Back to the T formation are the Firebirds. Handoff, Afari sweeps around the right side, got some space, but
Afari,
not
ball carrier.
enough vertical space to go. He'll be pushed out of bounds for a short gain.
Yeah, interesting where they're marking that. They run that jet sweep or a little student body sweep to the short side of the field. Less guys to block over there, but less room to run, but they are going to give you 3 yards on the carry.
So, 2nd and 7 for the Cardinals.
Pistol formation.
Horton again trying to draw the Cardinals off sides with the snap count there. Hand it off to Afari. Patiently waits for his blockers. Gets some space.
Ball
Cardinals,
comes loose, but the referee says he's going to be down by contact.
Cardinals jumped on that, but immediately the referee said his knee was down, and a good patient run there for Afari for about 4 yards.
Yeah, not much there, but he hides behind that big offensive line, just gets a little bit of crease, and he's getting up slow. The trainer is there. Leading rusher for Lakota West.
And he is, you don't want to say this about sometimes, but if you look at the stats, he is the Lakota West offense. Almost 50% of their, more than 50% of their yardage everywhere they go. Take this time, everyone listening live on wearecolerain.com. We'd like to invite you to give a shout out in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com and directly in the live stream chat on YouTube. This one coming from Jim and Terry Shear, listening from Chicago, Illinois. So, Afari will come off and they'll go west to try to find a way to get these next 3 yards. 3rd and 3. The Cardinal 28.
On a good note, Brennan Hobbs back in the ballgame for the Colerain Cardinals on this big 3rd down and 3.
Quad 4 and a busted play. Horton went to go for the read, not going there as Swanson, and a busted play results in no gain from Jaden Horton.
You think that was a busted play, or yeah, that was a busted play? I thought maybe at first it could have been just an automatic quarterback draw, but he put the ball out there and there was nobody to fake it to.
And Lakota West on 4th and 3 thought about going for it. Now they send out their kicking team.
They've been using 2 kickers this year.
Nick Hort lines up. Nope, this is Michael Boyle. So like you said, 2 different kickers. Snap is back, kick is up. It's long enough. And it's good. At the 4:03 mark of the first quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals 7, the Lakota West Firebirds 3.
A good sustained drive helped there by a couple of Colerain penalties.
I'll tell you what, Michael Doyle hit that one from 45 yards, and he could have made it from 55 yards. That was an impressive kick.
They've been using 2 kickers, and it looks like he has got the longer leg of the 2.
Well, I mean, he could kick it farther. You
Kick it farther.
You, don't,
I mean,
you
we're
haven't
not talking
actually
about,
measured
we're not
his
talking
actual
about
leg.
physical heights. Thank you, son.
Yeah. So, we get the first look tonight, and this has been typically these games, Colerain Cardinals, especially in GMC where there's not a lot of passing, these first quarters, first halves go by like that. This might be the longest quarter the Cardinals have had all season.
Yeah, Colerain with only 2 possessions and only 5 plays so far this quarter.
And there's still 4 minutes to play.
Michael Doyle will kick off for Dakota West.
So Sincere Jones, J.J. Davis, both dangerous in their own right, back deep.
Nick Hort, so the other kicker, set to kick off.
Be interesting if he's going to squib it like Colerain did that first half, keep it away from the dangerous returning men. Nope.
Kick is up. And just short of the end zone, J.J. Davis fields it. Gonna try to find some space. Tries to find a hole, and he's got some speed in the gap. Off of 1 tackle, can't break it, and a shoestring tackle by Jaden Scarborough kept J.J. Davis from busting a long one.
Shows great patience right here. Turns it up is not really nothing right at there, just waits. But when he sees a gap, plant that foot and go. J.J. Davis tries to find a block, but you're absolutely right. A great tackle. 23, Jaden Scarborough. So first down, Colerain with their 3rd possession, 3:55 left to play in this first half on their own 33-yard line. Really no difference in formation.
Same I formation. Quick again, forced to pitch to J.J. Davis. He's going to work off the blocks, pick up the first down near midfield. First down, Colerain Cardinals.
You know, if it's changing or if it's working, why change it? Doing a great job there. Just a simple read. They're plugging up the middle. They're opening up the outside. Good patience by Leyendecker. Good blocking. You don't make runs like that if it's not good blocks by wide receivers, and that's Huber out there with a good block.
3 of the 5 plays have been pitches off of the option. Leyendecker this time will keep it into some traffic, and he'll pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards.
Leyendecker, the ball carrier. Xavier Peters is on tackle. There are penalty flags.
And again, there were a little bit of talking after the play, and so referees really tight after the play. Pushing by both teams.
So we have a dead ball, personal foul on the Cardinals. Dead ball, personal foul on the Cardinals.
Sportsman like Colerain.
And players ejected.
I believe that's Ivan Pace Jr. 2 personal fouls on the same play. So that is 4 personal fouls called against the Colerain Cardinals. Post-possession by the same official. Coach Bolden not really happy as we're going to watch a real replay. He wants an explanation from the official.
So, with that being said, penalty mark will be enforced. There will be 30 yards of penalty added to this. So, it will be second.
Well, and that takes out depth of your Ivan Pace Jr., your starting fullback and one of your starting middle linebackers. Wait, that's more than 30 yards. Is it from the spot?
That's more than 30 yards. That's 40 yards.
Again, the referees earlier had trouble with their math going 15 and 30, and
there
now again, 15 and 15 is 30, not 40.
So,
Ball now spotted on the Colerain 19-yard line. Second and long.
it will be second down and 35.
So Colerain still just only 73. This is first quarter. Just got to collect yourself. Widen the splits a little bit, but still in the I formation.
Handoff kept Leyendecker up the middle. And he'll be held till minimal gain.
Going to pick up a couple, take it to the 21. They need to get all the way to the Lakota East 43-yard line.
You are correct.
So that's a long way.
Yes, it is.
Don't want to do anything crazy, turn the ball over in your own end, but want to get your athletes in space. You got Javon Hicks here to the outside. Colerain showing a little bit different right here, going to the traditional wing formation.
J.J. Davis in motion, fumble the snap. Leyendecker just going to pick it up, fall forward, and take the 2 yards. So, all that being said, Colerain Cardinals will be set to punt. Lawson Sandusky will do the honors.
Yeah, Colerain tough to get into a rhythm. That many penalties called that early. Just got to collect themselves and get in it. Lakota West is going to send 2 people back. Cedric Thomas along with Jaden Scarborough.
Snap is back. Sandusky with a nice kick. High in the air.
No return, but there's a
And
block in the back.
so mass confusion there.
Yeah, I believe there's a...
Lakota West acted like they caught it. The referees didn't blow the whistle. And this thing has gotten away from this officiating crew.
Okay, so he called for the fair catch, but the official...
The referee was pulling his flag, forgot to blow his
But
whistle.
the referee still has to signal that there is a fair catch.
Yeah, he still has to blow the whistle that it's dead. So everyone stood around because He called fair catch.
And there was a
Lakota West didn't move because they called fair catch. Colerain let it go because he called fair catch.
they're calling an illegal fair catch and a block in the back.
Yeah.
This official with the white hat. This is you know what? I'm just gonna shut up right there.
Yeah.
So he calls for the fair catch, but is not given the fair catch by the referees. So it's called an illegal fair catch. There is a block in the back, but nobody's moving because everybody on the field saw the fair catch except for the referees.
Yep.
Wow. So, whatever.
There we go.
First down and 10 from the Lakota West 31.
Handoff up the middle of Fari. He's met by two Cardinals in the backfield. That'll be a loss on the play.
Well, good to see him back in the ball game, but Dan Bolden greets his return with a 1-yard loss.
And with the loss of Ivan Pace, that means his little brother Deshaun Pace will move from the safety position down to the outside linebacker position. The Colerain Cardinals already without Eric Phillips, the normal outside linebacker, other outside linebacker with a shoulder injury. That means Javon Hicks will move to the back to Deshaun Pace's safety position. J.J. Davis will come in to play the other corner. So Sincere Jones and J.J. Davis, your starting tailbacks, are also your starting corners. Power formation out of the shotgun. Handoff up the middle, faked. Horton keeps it himself off a right guard. Finds some space. And will make it third and manageable for the Firebirds.
Tackled by Josh Huber.
Yeah, taken down by Dan Bolden again. You're absolutely right. We'll see how this plays off late in the game. Colerain is really kind of known for their all-season conditioning. But when you got this many players going both ways and in skill positions.
I'm just surprised you haven't seen. So you have a couple senior DBs that don't play a lot. I'm surprised you don't see them in here. Maybe we'll see them.
Yeah, we might see Kendricks a little bit later.
Actually, Javante Turnage just to give those two a break. And again, T formation, 3rd and 5 for the Firebirds.
They have thrown out of this formation.
And they'll hand off to Afari, and they'll go right at J.J. Davis. Tried to find the space. He had the blockers, but I don't know if he had
I think
enough.
he ran out of space.
Ran out of sideline, and it will be marked.
At the 40-yard line.
Going to be about 3 yards short.
Short of the line again, it'll be 4th down.
4th and 2.
That should be, well, no, he steps out of bounds, so that does stop the clock. So the punt team is going to come on. Interesting to see if Colerain will go after this. As you pointed out earlier, they've struggled with a low and a slow snap going back.
Nick York in punt formation.
Port back to punt. Snap is back. It's bobbled. Bolden nearly got it. Forces a very errant punt. It will bounce right to Javon Hicks. For some reason, picks it up, goes there, tries to run one way, runs back the other way, cuts
He
back,
knew what he was
falls
doing.
forward. No, he didn't. But he'll pick up positive yardage on the play. It'll be 1st down for the Colerain Cardinals.
And that gives the Cardinals.
Well, that's one of those what are you doing attaboy kind of plays.
He
as a
tried to
coach.
run backwards until he realized he was running backwards into where everyone had gone because the punt was so poor. So getting that look.
Yeah, he
You
picked it
can't
up.
run backwards when everyone else is already behind you.
Yeah, he picked up the ball at the 35, went back to the 30, but does get up to the 46 for a 6-yard return.
1st down the Cardinals, and they're going to stay in this I formation. Deontay Smith-Moore in at fullback. J.J. Davis dots that I. And pass out. Sincere Jones, one man to beat on the sidelines. He gets by him again. Can he get the edge? He cannot. He's pushed out of bounds. Not before he gets deep into Lakota West territory for another Cardinal 1st down.
It's the play that Davis scored on earlier.
Not only is it the play that Davis scored on earlier, it's the exact same cornerback, Jeremiah Ross, that got juked out at the line of scrimmage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct
So,
attention
that is the end of the 1st quarter.
40-yard line.
And after 1 quarter of play here, a very eventful 1st quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals 7,
Sponsors who support the Butler
the Lakota
Technical
West
Circuit Machine program
Firebirds 3.
At Colerain High School.
And again, thanks to everybody from Waycross Community Media and all the volunteers that are here tonight, up in the booth and the camera behind the scenes. Thank you for all volunteers, and they could use your help in a future broadcast. If you'd like to learn how to run a camera or get on the mic yourself or even create your own program, remember that's www.waycross.com. waycross.tv/volunteer, or you can call 513-825-2429.
And again, listen to us live on wearecorning.com. You can reach us in the booth at radio@wearecorning.com, or in the live chat feed on YouTube. And we'd like to give a special shout out to Don Ostertag checking in from Clearwater, Florida. She wants to give a special thanks to Senior Dan Bowden here on senior night. And it's not just that senior night for the Colerain Cardinal football team. It's a special honor here for the Butler Tech career program here, as you get some of those individuals being honored here in between quarters. So, resetting. First down and 10 for the Colerain Cardinals at the Lakota West 30-yard line.
After a long, penalty-ridden first quarter, as you said earlier, Brandon, it's probably one of the longest quarters we've had all year. It's still only 7-3. Colerain Cardinal leading. Trying to continue this long GMC streak they got going on here.
40-minute first quarter. Cardinals, again, staying in this I formation, not doing anything but this base package. Handoff, faked, option, pitch, out. Sincere Jones met in the backfield by Xavier Peters.
This time, Lakota West keeps their keys, and that's the way you defend the option. Hit the fullback, make the quarterback pitch, and stay on the key. Perfect read, forces him deep, and there are 3 men to make that pitch. Colerain's going to have to mix that up. Been running traditionally out of that I formation all game.
And that was David Jones getting off the veer block and making the initial contact, and Xavier Peters cleaning it up. So, 2nd and 11, Cardinals flip the formation. Handoff, play action, looking deep, wheel over top to Sincere Jones and overshoots him. Incomplete.
Yeah, I see Coach Bolden from the sideline giving him the hand signal that I was going to say. He's got to get more air under that ball. Let him run underneath it. He tried to lead him. He was well covered, but did have about a half a step. It would have took a perfect throw. But you got to get some air under that ball. Let him run underneath it. Interesting placement of the ball where Colerain will go for it here.
3rd and 11. Again, Cardinals staying in that I formation. And this time they go play side handoff. Deontay Smith-Moore, and he just got hung up on the line of scrimmage. He had space but got slowed down just enough. And he's held to just a 4-yard gain. It'll be 4th down for the Colerain Cardinals. And they will not send the field goal team out. They will go for it.
Yeah, probably close to mangled range, but you want to test your quarterback, test your offense. This is senior night.
Wing formation now. And maybe they're not going to go. They might be just trying to draw the Firebirds off sides.
Yeah, they run that false motion there. No, looks like they're going to run a play. 5 seconds left in the play clock. And they tried to do the fake motion again, but little miscommunication. I believe a couple of the offensive linemen didn't know that they were going to run the fake again.
And a false start, and that might now question where you're going to put your field goal kicker or not. Would be a 48-yard field goal attempt. They'll bring the extra wide receiver in. They'll spread it out. Shotgun now.
Eight seconds left. They might have to burn a timeout here. They're watching the clock. I believe they're just running it down.
And that's exactly it. Bolden got to a certain point. He just was going to call timeout waiting on the play clock to get down to 1. So it'll be 4th and 11 at the 31-yard line of the Firebirds. Cardinals still lead 7-3 over Lakota West.
Yeah, that offside penalty there pretty much forced them to make a tough decision. You're in mangled range. Not an experienced kicker. He does have a big leg, but you know what about his long for the year is in the mid-40s. But as we know in high school football, a missed field goal attempt that reaches the end zone is almost like a punt. The ball will be spotted at the 40. So
As soon as
even if you don't think you can make it, if you can kick it to the end zone, a field goal attempt is not bad here.
the other thing about that is it is not returnable. As soon as the ball gets into the end zone, it
Just
is
like a
it
kickoff.
is a touchback and unreturnable.
So Colerain's going to break the huddle, and yes, the offense is staying out there. But you know what? I wouldn't put him past a pooch kick here by Gunnar Leyendecker. He is in the shotgun formation.
Trips to the top of the field. Leyendecker takes the snap, looks back, screen pass out to J.J. Davis. Makes one man miss, got to make another, and he does. Past the line to gain. First down, Colerain Cardinals, J.J. Davis.
Colerain showing just a little bit more speed on the edge. You know what's coming. Just a little out screen. Good block there. Was that Jacob? No, that's Javon Hicks out there.
No, Sincere Jones, they made the good block. Javon Hicks missed the initial block, made up for it on the secondary block.
Hey, as long as he blocked somebody, whoever did it, they did enough to get the first down. A big fourth down conversion. That's going to go all the way down to the Lakota West 18.5.
Pitch out. Sincere Jones got some space in front. 6 points. Touchdown. Colerain Cardinals.
Lakota West, they've been plugging up the middle, taking that away, but they just showed a lot of speed on the
We
edge.
gave Hicks some crap on the last one. Watch this block by Javon Hicks.
Well, we don't see it, but we saw the aftermath.
Javon Hicks just laid a block, opened it up for Sincere Jones to work off the J.J. Davis block. 6 points. Sincere Jones mangled, set to kick again. Kick is up. And kick is good at the 10-16 mark of the second quarter. It's your Colerain Cardinals 14, Lakota West Firebirds 3.
I'll tell you what, how much confidence does Colerain have after that? A couple penalties take a third manageable to a fourth and long, and you make the play. You end up with the touchdown. Your coach trusts your offense. You make the big play.
And at this point, you got to ask why you don't do anything but just throw the ball 3 yards at a time. Let your receiver.
Well, get your athletes in space, and what we've seen, Colerain
And we
might
know-
have a little bit more speed on that
And
outside.
we know the strength of this Lakota West defense is the big men up front, Xavier Peters in the middle. Colerain Cardinals decisively decided to attack the edges tonight and have so far been successful. As we get another look here at that Sincere Jones touchdown. And again, Javon Hicks laid his man out
Well,
on a
and
great block.
then J.J. Davis didn't lay his man out, but he did enough to seal him off. So.
And Sincere Jones just works off of it and says, wherever J.J. Davis takes this guy, that's where I'm going to follow. He's into the line of 6. Chris Mangold set to kick off.
He squibbed one, and he's kicked one deep.
This one will be squibbed again into the corner. Not far enough downfield, though, as it rolls out of bounds for an illegal procedure.
I think you were a little polite and nice calling that into the corner.
He was attempting to kick it into the corner.
Yeah, that ball went out of just inside the 20.
Ball was spotted at the 35-yard line.
So this is Lakota West starting in their own territory, really looking for an answer to find a little bit of rhythm. Had only one sustained drive, but that was helped out a lot by several personal fouls there by the Colerain Cardinals.
Little confusion right now. Wrong hash mark for the Firebirds. Now they've figured out they're on the right hash.
Play clock down to 5.
T formation. Horton takes it, handoff Swanson to the left, trying to find the edge. Got some blockers out front. Again, Lakota West has some space, or has some blockers, just run out of space. The Cardinals do a good job of stringing it out.
They had just student body, get everybody out in front. Looking to hold a little crease right here. Does get positive yardage picks. He probably runs 35 yards to pick up 3.
More than that, he's running from one. The field is 60 yards, 60 plus yards wide. He's running from one hash to the other. So it'll be second down and 7. Back to the shotgun, handoff to Afari. Makes one man miss initially. Nearly broke that one, but he's tripped up by the feet.
I'll tell you what, he had a hole there, and I really didn't see who took him down. One of the Colerain defensive linemen from underneath that pile got a shoestring on him. That might have been Ethan Stout from his middle linebacker position, but it looked like there's nobody else around him, and all of a sudden he went down. So 3rd down and 5.
Horton back to that shotgun formation, flanked by Afari. And the Cardinals
Yep.
will give back 5 yards. Should result in a Firebird first down.
They've done that a couple times tonight. They go with the hard count. The nose tackle. I'm not sure. Was that Hobbs?
It's 53. Trey Mason.
That's
I'm asking. What is it? Trey Mason?
Oh, I thought that was
Mason Hill. Mason Hill. I got both of there's Trey Hudson, Trey Harris,
Trey Hudson graduated
Mason
several
Hill.
years
I
ago.
just put all their names together. Okay, first down and 10 for the Firebirds. 3 wide receivers set out of the shotgun. Snap back, handoff of Afari up the middle. Met immediately by Brendan Hobbs and Luke Bolden.
Ball carrier, tackle made by Luke
Yeah, this time they try to go off tackle. They've had most of their plays have gone over the guard. This time they try to go a little bit outside. Luke Bolden does a nice job sealing on the outside. Lakota West, like most teams that play this Colerain defense, a decided size difference between the offensive and defensive line. But the Colerain defensive line are quick off the ball, disruptors in the gaps.
2nd and 9. Under 9 to play in the half now. Snap, handoff, Afari, and he's met immediately.
Ball carrier,
This time it's Ethan Stout and Deshaun Pace.
Ethan Stout.
Yeah, they're not really. It's not really much of a read option there. It's pretty much just a straight dive.
Brings up 3rd down, 8.
3rd down and 8.
They came up big with a kind of a situation where they went to the screen game a little bit earlier. Caught the aggressive Colerain defense attacking a little bit and threw it behind them. But this time under center.
Interesting formation, fake handoff, play action, roll to the right. He's got his man. Overshot him, and it's a good thing he did because Javon Hicks had eyes at 6 on that one.
Yeah, they go play action. They bring a guard out there as a protector, but you're absolutely right. Tight end kind of released to the middle of the field, and that was red. If that ball's anywhere near him, Javon Hicks is right there. As we watch the replay, he rolls out to get away from the pressure, sets his feet, throws against his body, but overthrows the receiver. Hicks will go up. This will bring on the punt team. He'll be set up about his own 20-yard line.
Hort back and another very poor snap, but the
A little bit
Firebirds
better
did
kick.
do a very good job of blocking it. Fair catch at the 20-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will take over with 7:49 to play, up 14-3 Cardinals. First down on their own 20-yard line.
So Lakota West has been winning the field position battle. Colerain's offense has not been phased by that. And I'm really surprised, as I said earlier, they're not coming after that punter. They're sending 1 or 2 guys, but this long snapper on that punt
The
is really
Cardinals,
struggling tonight.
Cardinals very vanilla with their formations. Just this tackle over I formation nearly every single down. This time they go play side. Deontay Smith-Moore in space, cut back, find some space past the line again, and if not for the superstar D1 prospect Xavier Peters tracking that play from behind, Deontay Smith-Moore has 6.
Yeah, they just simple off tackle play.
Cardinals quickly to the line, and they'll run it again. Hand off DSM. Same result, just got tackled initially a little sooner, but not before he picks up 9 yards.
Running behind big Rusty Feth there on the left side.
7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3.
Colerain offensive line. Went quick. You know what? I have not seen them go quickly like that in a long time.
Well, they knew they had that by formation and just went and ran the same play exactly over again outside veer and just completely opened it up for DSM.
It doesn't allow the defense to make any type of adjustment. So 2nd down and 2.
Outside veer again. DSM still on his feet. Spins off a one. Off another. Still on his feet. Across the 40-yard line. And another Cardinal first down.
Taking advantage of his playing time in there at fullback. He's not the biggest guy, but he just shows some tackle breaking ability right there. He just takes a simple dive up there. A little bit smaller, finds a crease. Lakota West doesn't wrap up. He runs through some arm tackles, and he is an ankle tackle away from taking the distance.
And a quick to the line, pump fake, and dropped. Oh, what a play by the Colerain Cardinals. They faked that little bubble that they've been running all night. Double move wide open. Javon Hicks just
Gunnar
dropped
Leyendecker,
it.
yeah, Gunnar Leyendecker couldn't throw in a better ball. And Javon Hicks, you know what? He plays both ways. Maybe he forgot he was on offense that time, playing a little defense.
He is going to.
Yeah,
All those times past couple weeks where Leyendecker's overshot him, Leyendecker's going to get him. It's
He
like
got
I put it
middle of the
perfect.
chest, both hands on the ball. He just dropped it. No excuses. So 2nd down and 10.
Dirty laundry on the playing surface.
And they're going to call a false start on the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Join the Colerain Boosters. Now join the Boosters on
So
line.
what was 2nd and 10 is now 2nd and 15.
Ball spotted at the 41 of Lakota West Firebirds.
Cardinals a little more manageable than that 2nd and 38 they had earlier.
Or that 4th and 15 or whatever that was, 4th and 18.
They converted to 3rd and 11. So same I formation, quickly in the line, handoff faked, kept, option keeper, Leyendecker puts on the Jets. He's got some space, cuts back, still on his feet, inside the 10, busts some tackles, trying to fight for more inside the 5. And he's finally brought down, but not before he gets all the way down to the 2-yard line.
Shows a little bit of acceleration right there. They overplayed the pitch this time, and he shows some jets. Leyendecker has been hurt, nursing a hamstring pretty much in the beginning of the year, and he shows a little bit of power running through his tackle. He wants to score. He hasn't scored a long touchdown in a while. He wanted to get in the end zone, but he has stopped 3 yards short.
So, big package, 2 tight ends, Bolden and Bolden now in at the wingbacks. Luke Bolden in motion, and the Cardinals, Luke Ponting fell forward, and that's false start.
Ball back to the 7. The first and goal from the 7.
So, it'll be 2nd and 7, or 1st and goal from the 7 rather than the 2 now.
So they'll bring the ball back to the, what is that, about the 8-yard line?
7.5, maybe, somewhere around there. They'll stay in that big package.
Yeah, 1st and goal. They just go power on power. They have thrown out of here.
It's going to go student body left. Leyendecker finds some space.
Gunnar Leyendecker, the ball carrier.
And I'll tell you what, again, if there's anyone else but Xavier Peters,
And
that's
they're
a-
pushing after the play,
Thomas.
and no flags on this
there's a
one.
flag.
Oh, there is. There's a couple of them.
Again, if it is any other player but Xavier Peters, that's a touchdown for the Colerain Cardinals, but Xavier Peters again blows it up, and we got a penalty flag here forthcoming.
Yeah, a little post-possession, or post-play again. Interesting. We'll see how it's called, whether it goes both ways, one way.
Personal foul on the Firebirds.
It'll be 2nd down and goal. Ball's going to be spotted at the 1-yard line.
Unfortunately for the Cardinals, they're not going to, well, not unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. You're not going to maximize the efficiency of the yardage to gain because you're going to get 1 yard on the play.
You know, it's tough for either team to get out of the rhythm. This has just kind of been a disjointed game a little bit. There's always a little bit of jawing after play, but quick with the flags are the referees tonight.
Handoff DSM. Untouched. Deontay Smithmore, 6 points for the Colerain touchdown.
I tell you what, a hole he had to run through. I might have been able to score on that play.
Don't get that far ahead of yourself.
We watched the replay. There's just nobody in that hole. A big block. I got about Dan Bolden clears away.
Dan Bolden and Jonathan Hudson there on the edge opened it up, sealed it. Mangold set to kick the extra point. Martini with the hold. Ponting with the snap. Snap is down. Kick is up. And it's good. And at the 5:42 mark of the first half, it's the Colerain Cardinals 21, the Lakota West Firebirds 3.
So again, check Twitter on wearecolerain.com for your playback schedule. We'll also have it on our website as we watch Deontay Smithmore walk into the end zone behind the big block. But, you know, your replay schedule, we'll read it to you right now. On Spectrum TV, Channel 4, and Cincinnati Bell Optics, 8:54. Sunday the 22nd at 9 a.m. and Thursday the 26th at 2 p.m. And on Spectrum, Southwest Ohio, 979, Cincinnati Bell Optics, 850. Saturday the 21st at 9 p.m., Monday the 23rd at 5 p.m., and Wednesday the 25th at 9 p.m. And you can watch them anytime, probably sometime starting tomorrow, online, www.waycross.tv.
Cardinals are set to kick off.
So Mangold's kind of struggling so far tonight with his kickoffs. Squibbed one, popped one up, shanked one, but this time
it will be long and deep and fielded at the 2-yard line. Trying to find some space, and he is tackled out ahead by Deshaun Pace. And we have another penalty on the field. A holding. Blocking the back is the actual signal, not holding. His hand was facing the other way on the signal, so it'll be for a spot foul. Flag was at the 20, so one can assume this ball will be placed.
Take Deshaun Pace, just a sophomore at 6 foot, 170 pounds. He's just going to get bigger. Shows a lot of speed there. Great tenacity.
On the 10-yard line.
So the field position that Lakota West has had and not taken advantage of. This time, this is the deepest start that they've had for a possession. Ball at their own 10. They've attempted a few passes, but really haven't had much time. Running the fullback pretty much up the middle. With some success to the outside.
Back to that T formation now. Handoff, double handoff up the middle. Swanson found some space, and Ethan Stout does a good job of wrapping it up.
I tell you what, we haven't seen that from them in a while. That's a shades of Glen Estee. Back in the days, those double handoffs out of the wing formation.
Glen Estee doesn't exist anymore, but yes.
But that's kind of the offense they used to run back in the day. Ethan Stout stays home. I believe that was Hobbs also on the tackle. They're going to pick up 3.
13 penalties so far here in the first half. Really just taking both teams out of the rhythm. Fortunately for the Colerain Cardinals, they've been able to capitalize on some big plays. Horton now trips to the right. Shotgun formation, handoff, Afari up the middle.
Afari, the ball carrier.
I'll tell you what, Ethan Stout is going to have himself a stat sheet tonight.
You know, when you're just running the one running back out of that, it's really, I don't know if they're truly running a read option right there, because the quarterback has yet to keep it tonight. It's pretty much looked like they're just running straight dives.
He did keep it the one time, but that's because the running back didn't
went
run.
The wrong way. Yeah, there was nobody to give him. And there we are here in the booth. Thanks there, guys, for the great camera work. And thank you for taking the camera off us.
3rd down and long for the Firebirds. 3rd and 5. Horton trying to get the Cardinals to jump. They don't. They're going to get to him, though. Hand, front, caught, tight end in the middle. Pass complete for a first down to number 85.
That's Alex Bunton. He just releases quickly, finds a soft spot in the zone, Just a bullet pass. Doesn't pick up anything after the catch, but enough for the first down.
Horton felt the pressure coming, kind of stepped up and almost shot put at that thing forward just to get rid of it. That ball was a laser out of his hand. Didn't have any arc, just a straight line drive.
Yeah, 4 minutes left in halftime. Lakota West still has all 3 of its timeouts left.
Cardinals have 2 of theirs. Snap back, handoff Afari. He's going to try to find some space off tackle. He'll be brought down, but not before it picks up about 7 yards on the play.
Afari, the ball carrier.
Tell you, good to see him back in the ball game. You got sophomore quarterback, sophomore running back. Future looks bright for Lakota West. Might be struggling this year, but Larry Cox will get them going with this dynamic duo in their backfield. So he'll pick up about 6 yards on that play.
Handoff. Swanson met in the backfield but breaks the tackle, but not before the rest of the Cardinals clean up.
Trey Harris was in on
You know, you were talking about Ethan Stout earlier. He will not get a stat on that play, but his penetration took away the sweep, forced him inside to a whole host of Colerain Cardinals. We're waiting for him. So we're under 3 minutes. It's going to be a 3rd down and 4. They need to get to the 34-yard line.
So, Horton. And a lineman moved a little bit. No. They're going to get a false start on the Firebirds. And a 3rd and manageable just turned into a 3rd and long.
Yeah, it didn't look like he tried to go to the hard count again to fool Colerain. Just looked like that the right guard just was a little bit antsy right there. So again, referee struggling with math.
Yeah, there they go.
So with the 5-yard penalty, the 3rd down and 4 is now 3rd down and 9. See how quickly I did that, Brandon?
Yeah, look at that math. 3rd and long. Horton takes it, looks downfield, sets up the screen pass. It's not there. He's going to have to scramble on his own. Cardinals are there. Horton's going to get 1 yard on the play, but a good job by the Cardinal defense.
Colerain's going to use a timeout there as they go to set up the screen, and it is blown up. 55 for Colerain. Trey Harris reads that. That's a film room defensive play right there. Anticipated the play and was there. He was, as a defensive lineman, was more wide open and in the path than the running back was. So Colerain does burn a timeout. They will have 1 left. But this deep, it's a 4th down and 11. You'll want the return, but as we said earlier, they've been struggling with the long snap.
Cardinals took that timeout. They'll have 1 remaining, but more importantly, in high school football with the clock stopping on a 1st down, what's more important is the time on the clock, and that's what they're trying to preserve.
So the punter's going to set up inside his own 10. Javon Hicks at a Colerain 40. See if they come after this one here.
Snap is back, and this time it's a good one. Kick is up, and it's a very good one.
That's
Hicks
returnable.
going to take it at his own 35, going to find some space, try to get the sidelines. He's just caught in space, tries to cut back, be pushed out of bounds. He'll get to about his own 41, but the Cardinals will have 59 yards to manage in minute 52.
Clutch play. When you needed a good snap, you needed a good kick. Lakota West gets both of them right there. Turns Hicks around. Smart play by Patterson not to make the block here. Hicks looking for something. Doesn't want to go out of bounds, but there's not really nowhere for him to go. So 1:52 left. Colerain 1 timeout. The ball's at their own 40-yard line. Shotgun formation. We got 4 wide receivers. They've taken out the tight end. This will be a test with this big defensive front.
Xavier Peters looks like he's lining up at a defensive end to come after the quarterback. Step back, Cook to Josh Huber.
Decker's pass is complete to
Just a
Josh
4-yard
Huber.
gain, but he stays in
4-yard
bounds.
pickup on the play.
Yeah,
Brings up
Lakota
second
West
down,
guarding the
6.
boundaries and not want to give it up the big play. We'll give you the underneath all the time.
To 44-yard line.
Leyendecker takes the snap, drop back, good protection, throws it up over top. He had J.J. Davis, but J.J. Davis had kind of slowed down his route until he looked up and saw that it was going deep.
Yeah, just pretty much all in the streaks right there.
Daniel Shabola
It does
on
stop the
penalty
clock,
yardage.
123. This might be a good spot to run that same play all deep, allow the penetration defensive end, and just run kind of a quarterback draw underneath.
Cardinals substitute Luke Ponting, the tight end, checks back in. Huber checks out, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, Pawning, he doesn't have a lot of catches, but we saw a couple last week where he just kind of slipped down the middle of the field. Is a receiving threat from the tight end position. Colerain's got 2 guys in motion right there. J.J. Davis coming on the jet sweep.
False start Colerain.
Smith Moore just moved a little bit there in the backfield. You can't. So clock doesn't move, but the ball does. It takes away 5 yards away.
Unlike NFL or college, there is no 10-second runoff, even though the clock was running. So it'll be 3rd and 11. Shotgun quads, 2 on either side. Step back, double move.
And they tried to swing it out, and Xavier Peters went out, and they might be calling that a lateral.
By Xavier Peters.
It was a quick little swing pass to the outside, but they might say that's a backward pass. So that would have been a live ball. Xavier Peters knocks it down and comes up with himself.
That is the call. They're going to call it a lateral. 1st down, Lakota West.
Backward pass. Dakota West
Yeah,
takes
you played to
possession,
the
1st
whistle's
and
gone.
10.
There was no whistle on that play. Good penetration by the defensive end. Peters knocks it down and gets the. So it turned into a last possession. Colerain looking to score. Lakota East deep in Colerain territory.
And Xavier Peters is single-handedly keeping Lakota West in this football game.
So they have 2 timeouts left. 1:07. Ball's on the Colerain. Is that 24?
Handoff, Statue of Liberty play to Afari.
Amari DeMalter.
He's going to pick up about 5 yards and a good fake by the Firebirds.
Trey Harris.
Yeah, almost kind of a reverse draw right there. You called Statue of Liberty. That's, yeah, he takes a snap and runs out.
Timeout.
Little counter draw.
Lakota West.
Nice play by Trey Harris. Stays home. Lakota West is going to burn up a timeout.
We have 2 remaining with 54 seconds at the 18-yard line. You got to wonder here. I know you want as many points as possible, but does the score dictate that Lakota West is going to go for it here or go for the field goal?
Well, you know, a field goal gets you points, may give you confidence. If you go for it and don't score, could take whatever win that you have in the sails away. You know, I think location of the field and down and distance is going to dictate the decision.
So, 54 seconds left. Second and 5.
Here we go, shotgun formation.
18-yard line. Snap is back court and drop back. Looks, hit his man in the seat, the flats, and it's incomplete.
A little bit of pressure from the outside. Might have rushed that throw. Didn't really give Jalen Swanson a chance to catch that ball. We'll bring up a 3rd down. Tried to run a clear out route with the tight end wide receiver and throw it underneath the running backs. Good play design, just not executed well.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5. Cardinal defense trying to hold after a big turnover that set up Firebirds deep in their own in Cardinal territory. Snap is back. Little confusion there, and Horton just going to take it and roll. And everyone kind of stopped because they thought it was
an offside. Everybody pointing to the offensive line. You're absolutely right. There's a last timeout's going to be burned.
28, Tanner Riley was in on the tackle. Timeout.
Yeah, as they started that play, every Colerain defender was pointing towards movement.
Tanner Riley will get credit for the tackle. Picked up about 1.5 yards. It'll be 4th and 4 with 39 seconds. And this will be your answer to your question I asked earlier.
But you know what? This is kind of in a different spot where you're not really sure. You know, you're in the middle of the field. We don't know how much he trusts his kickers. It should, you know, it's a pretty makeable kick from there. Yeah, it's pretty. He made a longer one earlier. He's in dead center of the field. But is that enough to settle for 3? Already down 3 scores. Where a big touchdown here could be. But what happened last week, Brandon? Playing Fairfield. Fairfield's going in at halftime to make the game close, and they get the big return, big defensive play. So this could build confidence if Colerain gets a snap here. They've gone for the hard count a couple times. Colerain's going to hold the water right here.
First time we've seen quad receivers. Cardinals applying the pressure, throw up into the back of the end zone, and it's caught for 6 points.
Well, just kind of floated it up there. Colerain kind of sitting in a slight man zone. I'm not really sure what kind of defense.
That was an all-out blitz, man-to-man. Jaden Horton's about to get sacked. He just threw that ball up in the air.
Just threw it to an area and trusted his wide receivers.
And Dylan Jones comes down with it for the Firebirds.
Safeties get over there a little bit late. So Lakota West on the scoreboard, touchdown, waiting to get this extra point.
Snap is back, kick is up. And it's good. And with 33 seconds remaining in the half, it's the Colerain Cardinals still leading, but Lakota West cuts it down. It's now 21-10 Cardinals.
You know, Colerain does have 1 timeout left with these 33 seconds. We'll see what they do with this big return, but you know what that play does for me, knowing the history of the coaches here, it's going to make an interesting locker room at halftime. You make the offensive blunder, which turns the ball over, and then you give up your first touchdown. This is one of those
awkward games for the Cardinals that always happens towards the end of the year, where looking at the 2 records, one team the Colerain Cardinals with a 6-2 record, 2-6 record for Lakota West. On paper, this game shouldn't be close, but it's one of those games where they're playing a little extra hard. Colerain Cardinals are playing a little looser. There's not really a rhythm to the game. There's every little thing that could possibly
referees have made their presence known a little bit, so it just kind of throws off a little bit of the game. You're absolutely correct. Cute kid Cam.
J.J. Davis and Sear Jones back deep. Hort into the air. J.J. Davis will take it. He's going to try to find some space up the middle. Cuts it back now to the outside. He's going to go down the sidelines. He's going to run out of space. Not before he gets near midfield. So the Colerain Cardinals will have 1 timeout in 26 seconds. You got to think they're going to at least try to get in field goal range.
48-yard line.
Well, we know Leyendecker has the arm to throw it deep, but we also know that great coverage last time by Lakota West. They know to guard the deep ball. Anytime that you've got, knowing a passing situation, you've got Xavier Peters on the field, Colerain offensive line will be tested.
And as we say that, the Colerain Cardinals are in their base I formation.
Here comes that swing pass out of that. Sincere Jones. You got one-on-one coverage out there. Nope.
Handoff. DSM still on his feet. First down to the 35.
And that'll stop the clock temporarily until the chain's removed. Colerain's going to call a play right away.
21 seconds.
You know, who needs to throw the ball when you can pick up 15 yards from your fullback?
Snap back. Swing past J.J. Davis. He's going to take it and get out of bounds. 14 seconds left.
Cedric Thomas. And on a tackle for the Firebirds.
You got time for maybe one more play. You really two, because you do have a timeout left.
33-yard line. Second down, 7.
Yeah, depending on the outcome, you have some time. Two receivers are either side.
Xavier Peters gets a little jump there. He's pointing to the offensive line, and it is.
False start, Colerain.
Ganella, right tackle there for Colerain Cardinals. He's had his hands full all night trying to stop Peters. Rocked a little bit there on the outside. It's going to take away 5 yards.
Motion. Hicks into the boundary, steps out, still on his feet. And they'll have 11 seconds. He'll get back the penalty yardage and some more. A nice decoy using the motion there.
We've seen that a lot from Hicks. He's got a lot of size, but he's got quicks. If you're going to give him that much of a cushion one-on-one, he can run around you, but he can run through you too, and does a good job.
The long field goal on the year for Mangold is 44 yards. We're pretty close to that now. Kitch out, J.J. Davis. They're going to get it, 8 seconds, and the first down.
8 seconds. Only 3 seconds off the top. If they want to do that again, they can get 5 more yards closer.
And here's the dilemma. If you're Lion Decker, you want to get it, but you
Take a
can't.
shot here.
You can want to take a shot at the end zone, but you can't hold it too long.
No, it's got to be a fade. Well, Lakota West is sitting deep.
And he'll throw it away with 2 seconds left.
I tell you what, you got to love it when you got extra coaching staff in
the entire
stands.
crowd is like, no, you can't scramble. You have to throw it now.
I don't know if you could hear that at home, but we could definitely hear it in the booth. You had 2,000, maybe 2,500 quarterback coaches in the stands yelling, "Get rid of it!"
So Mangold from the hash. It'll be a 42-yard attempt. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it's good. So as time expires at the half, Chris Mangold connects from 42 yards. And at half, it's your Colerain Cardinals 24. The Lakota West Firebirds 10 as we get another look at the field goal.
You know, he needed 42. He got about 45 on that. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Colerain goes into the locker room. The 24-10 answers the lone touchdown for Lakota West with a field goal of their own. 24-10. Second half coming up after this.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard.
I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
OHSAA football on Waycross Sports. Brought to you by Wild Birds Unlimited, your backyard bird feeding specialist on Kemper and Winton Roads next to Fitworks. Call them at 825-7777. Neiman Plumbing. Visit them at www.neimanplumbing.com or call them at 513-851-5588. And Star One Realtors. Visit them at www.starone.com. One goal, one passion. Call them at their Northwest office at 513-385-0900. And the Driver Ed Academy, where your safety begins. Visit them at www.driveredacademy.com or call them at 729-2550.
All right, so as the senior introductions and congratulations wrap up for the band, there's approximately 2 minutes to go before we restart the second half of play here. Some first half stats.
Colerain leading at half over the Lakota West Firebirds, 24-10. Leading in first downs, 11-6. Rushing yards for Colerain Cardinals, 147 and only 49 for West. Passing yards, West has 35. Colerain with 143. Total offensive plays, 33 for West for 84 yards. Colerain, 29 for 290 yards. Colerain has 2 fumbles, both of them lost, the only turnovers. Time of possession, Lakota West 16 minutes and 9 seconds. Colerain 7-51. Individual leaders rushing, Deontay Smith-Moore 7 for 74 yards and 1 touchdown. Leyendecker 6 for 35. And J.J. Davis 2 for 6. Gunnar Leyendecker for Colerain is 7 for 11 passing for 143 yards, a 75-yard long, and 1 touchdown. J.J. Davis, he's your man of the day so far. 4 catches, 101 yards, 1 touchdown, a 75-yard long. For Lakota West, David Afare, their leading rusher, 16 carries, 37 yards. That's only a 2.3-yard carry. Passing, Jaden Horton, 3 for 7 for 35 yards, but does have 1 touchdown. That touchdown was to Dylan Jones for 17 yards. Leading tacklers, Xavier Peters all over the place, 7 tackles. Cedric Thomas with 4. Chris Johnson with 4, and David Jones with 4 for Lakota West. For Colerain, Dan Bolden has 9 tackles. Ethan Stout has 6. Deshaun Pace with 5, and Tanner Riley with 5. Those are your stats.
Some halftime scores. Sycamore leads Lakota East at halftime, 27-0. Middletown leads Oak Hills 28-14. Princeton leads Hamilton 24-10. And the surprise of the evening, Mason leads Fairfield 15-0. Elsewhere, Elder playing the International School of Broward, which is a charter school from Florida. I have no idea why they have a connection. I went down there last year. They would be considered Division 7 here in Ohio. I don't know why Elder plays them, but they're up 49-0 at halftime. Elsewhere, Anderson was up 28-7 over Milford. It's now 28-21. Northmont all over Springbow, 35-3. Centerville up on Fairmont, 29-14. Wayne leads Springfield, 14-13. So we get back to action here. Hort set to kick off for Lakota West. J.J. Davis and Sear Jones back deep as the Cardinals won the opening toss and deferred to the second half. Kick will bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and the Cardinals will start the opening possession in the second half on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, good kick that time. J.J. Davis has given him some fits there return, and this time he kicks it away from him. Sincere Jones, he was playing on that side, but didn't have even a chance to get to the ball, but makes a wise decision, lets it bounce into the end zone. So Colerain starts this second half up 24-10. They had deferred after winning the opening coin toss. They'll be having the ball at their own 20.
That's a reminder. Nope, we won't get the reminder. I formation. Same formation. Cardinals been in nearly the entire ball game.
Yeah, haven't mixed it up too much. We saw a little shotgun towards the end when they had to throw the ball.
Option keeper takes it now, pitches out. J.J. Sincere Jones with it on the edge. Finds the edge. He'll be pushed out, but not before he gets near the line to gain.
I'll tell you what, really impressed with Leyendecker so far tonight. He's very decisive. He has kept it when he's need to keep it, but they forced the pitch. But I want to like he's made a very accurate, even though a late pitch, which draws the defense closer and has opened up. When he gets those Davis or Jones to the outside, they've made big plays.
Waiting on the change to be said. He did get enough for the first down. Short side handoff. DSM cuts back and a great tackle in open field. Not before DSM gets 10 yards and another Cardinal first down.
Yeah, Cedric Thomas comes up from his defensive back position. They found something up front. The big defensive line, I don't know if it's a blocking scheme. They're letting them over pursue, but since about the middle of the second quarter, have found something with the fullback.
I formation Cardinals. 7 seconds on the play clock. They got to get this off. Drop back, play action pass, and overshot Josh Huber.
Little bit of pressure. Didn't really get his feet set. Huber just kind of opened up into flats. Good defensive coverage downfield. Forces Leyendecker to throw it underneath and just over Huber's head.
It'll be second out and 10. Cardinals back to that wing formation.
Lakota West really loading up that box.
J.J. Davis in motion. Handoff. DSM tries to get through, but a good shoestring tackle limps into a 5-yard gain.
Tackle made by Daniel Shabola.
Daniel Shabola on the tackle. He's been disruptive up in there. Good job, good penetration, but he finds a seam. Not the biggest fullback, but he doesn't need much to get through there. Positive yards. He's going to make it a third down and 5. Need to get just across midfield.
Leyendecker sends Jones in motion. Handoff. DSM finds some space, and he gets the line to gain.
For another Colerain first down.
Yeah, just a straight dive again. Taken down by Landon Rozier. He gets up. Okay, his shoulder did touch the ground. We saw that his brother play a couple of years ago. Just had a talent. I don't know if it's the wrestling background that they had on just to end up landing on top of the tackler and rolling through it to keeping his feet. But his shoulder did touch the ground, so first down for Colerain.
Davis in motion, quick pitch, speed to the outside. J.J. Davis trying to find the gap. He does, and he's got a first down and a great block of the edge by Sincere Jones.
If you're going to load the box, on Lakota West is the side. It's going to leave your outside one-on-one to make plays. Defensive
look
back.
Here. Just look at Sincere just slam down on this play. You can't see it from that angle.
Yeah, it sets you up one-on-one. You've got to get off your blockers if you're a defensive back from Lakota West. So far, Colerain wide receivers doing a good job on the edge.
High formation to the boundary. Leyendecker keeps it himself. He's going to get about 8 yards on the play.
And here's that man Peters with another tackle. Leyendecker reads the end, keeps it this time, and that's the correct read.
Yeah, you can't give Kroger too much grief for missing his block because he got on him. He didn't make the tackle until 8 yards downfield, but still, Xavier Peters is all over the field for the Firebirds. Speed pitch outside. Sincere Jones going the other way. Firebirds are there, but Sincere Jones gets the most out of nothing. He gets it to about inside the 20-yard line.
Look just short of the first down. And you're absolutely correct. Lakota West does a good job. It's Rozier turning him up, but they are going to give him the first down with that spot.
They need it to 19. That's where they're going to mark it. Just passed. Back to the double wing. Davis in motion. Handoff, DSM finding some space. No one in front. Deontay Smith Moore, 6 points.
All credit up front. He goes in untouched. Untouched does your fullback, your leading rusher for the day, Deontay Smith Moore. He follows the block by his offensive line and just goes in easily. It's T.J. Ganella, Jacob Davis, Ace Aaron Rusty Feth, Nick Kroger, just blowing huge holes up front.
And it's nice that the Cardinals, so as Mango gets set for the extra point. Snap is back, kick is down, kick is up. And it's good at the 9:42 mark of the third quarter. It's the Colerain Cardinals 31, Firebirds Lakota West 10. And it's nice when we're calling this. The Cardinals have found something offensively, but it's even nicer because by formation, usually there's some, hesitation. Who has the ball? Lion, Decker, or Smith? Just by the way the defense is presenting itself, you know exactly who's got the ball because the read is very apparent on that defensive end. You know DSM had the ball because that defensive end was so far up and he had so much space there up the middle.
And you got to give Gunnar Leyendecker credit. He is reading that and giving the ball up. I mean, you want your option quarterback to make every play. You want him to be semi-selfish and want to make every play himself, but you also want him to distribute the ball.
We can see it up here. I mean, they found something to make this Lakota West defense show itself, and it's making yes, he's making the right reads, but they've made the reads a little easier. The formation and the blocking has made those reads very easy for Leyendecker.
And we haven't seen him switch up on defense. I mean, they're pretty much going with that four-man front, moving Peters around a little bit.
So Mangold set to kick. This one will not reach the end zone. Line drive caught about the 8-yard line. Cedric Thomas trying to find some space. Gets by one defender still on his feet and off of another. Luke Bolden has him, and he lost the football. But they're going to say his knee was down first.
I'll tell you what, shows some great elusiveness there. He ran through a few tackles. Cedric Thomas, 5'7", 150-pound senior. Shows good patience, finds a seam, does a good job, runs through the arm tackle, Luke Ponting, and again breaks another tackle there. Gets a few extra yards after contact.
So this is interesting. For the first time that I can remember this season, Deontay Smithmore is in it defense.
Is he playing a little...
Your entire starting backfield is in the starting backfield.
And he's playing
defense.
Outside linebacker.
Yes, he is. Handoff, Afari up middle. Trying to close it. Afari still getting the edge, pushing downfield, still in bounds.
And that's some contact right there.
Big contact between Afari and Sincere Jones, but Afari already got 9 yards in the play.
Yeah, he gets outside. DSM can't make the play. Good block on Hicks. Forced out by Bolden. Lowers the shoulder. Sincere Jones stops him. Doesn't pick up the first down, but almost, let's call it 7 yards.
I almost wonder if this is just, we think you're going to be throwing the ball, so put an extra DB on the field, but he's lining up an outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Deshaun Pace not in the ball game, so you got to think maybe there's something up with Deshaun Pace here.
Yeah, that center is really moving that ball around a lot, and Colerain Cardinals pushing it, pointing that out. It took a while for the referees to call that.
Yeah, Deshaun Pace is in street clothes on the sidelines. So, Colerain Cardinals already lost one defensive end coming into this game. They've lost 2 more. So
now, is Pace wearing a brace of any kind?
No, Deshaun Pace has just got street clothes on, no brace or anything. So maybe a precautionary thing, but. So 2nd down and 9, 8. Handoff, Afari up the middle, close, and Ethan Stout again there to make the tackle, and Deontay Smithmore helps close out.
Ethan Stout, a very versatile player on the defense. He's put his hand in the dirt a couple times early in the season. Gives some relief there at middle linebacker. Deshaun Pace out of the ball game.
Really testing the depth of this Cardinal team that already lacked depth.
So Stout having a big game, pretty much exclusively playing middle linebacker.
So 3rd down and 5. Drop back, Horton. Luke Bolden applying pressure. He's going to have to step up. Horton trying to find some space. He's going to be short.
Depends on the spot.
He's going to be short by the near official.
Yeah, the far official And the inaccuracy of this one referee has an incomplete pass.
Needed the 43, got the 41, so it'll be 4th and 2. And
they're going to leave their offense out there.
they're going to leave the offense out there. And they're going to go to that T formation that they've liked.
They're trying to draw them off sides. Nope.
Hand off of Afari. He's got the first down across midfield. And the Firebirds convert on the 4th down.
Coach Cox just goes power, follows the fullback. Nice lead block, takes Stout out of the play. Takes it into Colerain territory, just across the 50.
So, again, staying with that T formation, the Firebirds have had some success running out of this just power-wise. Drop back, handoff. Swanson is going to try to get the edge, and who makes the tackle but Deontay Smithmore?
Well, one thing you got on the edge right there, not a lot of size playing outside linebacker, but your fullback shows a lot of speed right here. They've run this
Your fullback playing outside linebacker. Let's clarify that.
Right. Your fullback playing outside linebacker, but he's not your typical fullback. He's more of a speed back here. And just shows explosiveness and just blew. There was no blocking him. A 5-yard loss.
We knew these three, Deontay Smithmore, J.J. Davis, and Sear Jones, were special going back to the 8th grade, but they're showing it here, showcasing tonight. Handoff, counter again. Afari trying to find some space. They'll manage just 1 yard. I remember distinctly a couple years back the Colerain White Oak Middle School game. Deontay Smithmore played for White Oak. Sincere Jones played for Colerain, and it was literally those two going back and forth for touchdowns.
50-yard touchdown, 60-yard touchdown both ways. And you never know at that age how a kid's going to develop, but you knew there was depth of talent from both of those schools, which doesn't happen a lot. You know, normally one of those schools is a little bit stronger than the other, but what a great game that was a couple years ago. A 3rd down and 14.
Not the situation you want to be in for the Firebirds. The Cardinals are going to come after Horton. High snap got in by Horton. Throw over the middle. Caught at the 45, but it'll be about 4 yards short. They're going to give him the 44.
Just sat down in the middle of the zone. Patterson getting up a little bit slow.
4th and 4.
He's going to make this manageable. He went for it on 4th and 2 on his own side. This is a 4th and 4
Well,
in Colerain territory.
You're down 4 scores.
Can't hold nothing back at this point.
It's not 7 years ago, but it is 4 scores. 3 scores.
Yeah, I saw that too. Jakari Patterson, your safety for Colerain, getting up a little slow. Officials just kind of wanted to stop the clock there and make sure he was okay. Good call by the official.
So,
restarts the play clock.
Snap back, Horton looks to throw. His pressure's applied. He makes one man miss. Lost the football. And it won't matter who recovers it. It will be recovered by the Firebirds, but it'll be a turnover on downs. Cardinals take possession.
Obvious passing situation. Smith Moore comes flying from the outside, forces him up the middle, and actually forces the fumble. Gets loose. Lakota West does fall on it, but change of possession on 4th down. Colerain Cardinals going to have good field position.
Look at that. You have your 3 backs going both ways. Their backup, Freddie Johnson, is making sure, the freshman, making sure they all got water off as they came from the sidelines.
Well, he's also standing near the coaches. He wants his shot.
Well, he's next to step in if Leyendecker under center. Step back, fakes it, gonna go deep. Josh Huber looking for the catch. He's got it. One-handed, stays on his bounds. Josh Huber, the senior, with a one-handed grab.
Yeah, just recognizing a one-on-one, just threw it up. A little bit of height advances. Huber does a great job, and what Leyendecker does there is just get some air on it, trust your receiver, and look at that. One-handed catch, gets both feet in bounds. A huge first down by senior.
He tried
Josh
to stay
Huber.
in bounds so he could cut back and go for the touchdown, but they'll get it inside the 20-yard line for a Cardinal first down.
You know what that passing does, too? It gives your linebacker now playing fullback a little bit of a breather. Smith Moore looks like he's a little bit winded. Back to the I formation.
Step back, kick out. Sincere Jones got one man to beat, stays on his feet, and they're going to call holding in the open field.
Sincere Jones.
Yeah, flag comes out behind the play.
Flags on the playing surface.
A physical block on the outside, really couldn't tell right there, but the officials were right on it.
Brings the ball back to the Colerain correction. Dakota West 27-yard line.
So, reset. It'll be first down and 20. 18, spot foul.
First and 18.
Cardinals back to a wing formation. Back, handoff kept. Leyendecker finding some space. One man to beat, cuts back, cuts. Still in bounds, finally pushed out inside the 5-yard line.
I tell you, that's another big run by Leyendecker, wanting to get in the end zone. But again, he's forced out inside the 5. You think he's going to go out of bounds because he's the quarterback.
That
no,
was
he shows
one
a
where
lot of
Coach
power right
Bolden
there.
was like, go out of bounds. We don't need you to get hurt. You're up some scores. Just get into the get out of that play safely. But it'll be first and goal from the 2.5-yard line. Double tight ends. Bolden both in at running back for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Jonathan Hudson, senior in the ball game, on the offensive line, along with Taj Roberts.
Bolden in motion. Step back. They're going to throw. Luke Bolden just missed
he
it.
was there.
He had either Bolden open in the flat, and they just overshot Luke Bolden on the play. Just a play-action rollout. He's got Luke Bolden there and just leads him a bit too far.
Yeah, decent coverage by Jeremiah Ross, but he did have a step.
That's why Luke Bolden plays linebacker and not tight end.
He played a little tight end last year.
That's why he played blocking tight end. Not that fluid, motion. The motion that gets the whatever. Same formation. Second down and goal. Handoff, DSM, 6 points, touchdown. Just like that, it's another Cardinal touchdown.
Just a straight dive, power on power, Colerain, and another flag after the play by the same official wearing the white hat.
And it's going to be a dead ball personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct.
Sportsmanlike Colerain.
Get another look at the DSM touchdown. Just a strong block, put it in the end zone for 6 points.
They're going to enforce the penalty on the
Chris
kickoff.
Mango to attempt the extra point for the Cardinals. Nick Martini, the holder.
Mangold set to kick the extra point. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up. And it's good on the 4:44 mark. The 4:44 mark of the third quarter. It's the Colerain Cardinals 38, Lakota West Firebirds 10.
And remember, thanks again to everybody from Waycross Community Media, all the volunteers behind the camera, in the booth, and in the truck, bringing this to you tonight. We watched the replay here by a great camera work from guys up there. And if you like what you see and you want to be part of a future broadcast or even create a broadcast of your own, it's www.waycross.tv/volunteer, or you can call them at 513-825-2429.
Thanks to everyone at Waycross. I'm going to give a special shout out to everyone listening live on YouTube, and here we got an email in from Lenny Lopez listening from sunny Corona, California. Thanks, guys, for all the work, and we want to wish you well. We know Lenny Lopez sent us an email a couple weeks ago. dealing with those forest fires out in California. So nice to hear from him as the penalty is enforced on the kickoff. So the Colerain Cardinals will kick off from their own 25-yard line.
You know what's interesting? Gotta love Colerain fans. We had Chris Walker down in Texas dealing with the floods. We have Lenny Lopez still watching the games through the fires in California. We gotta love our fans. Are these guys mailmen through snow and sleet and hurricane and
no idea.
forest fire?
Mangold's kickoff is a low line drive, fielded at the 20, but bobbled by Thomas. And he's got lots of space if he can get to the edge. Cardinals are going to try to force some good play by Javon Hicks.
You know, sometimes those bobbled snaps allow a little bit of seams to open up, and it seems like the ones that are thrown out of rhythm kind of get the defenders out of their lanes.
Javon Hicks doesn't make that tackle. He's got
a lot of space.
Javon Hicks fights through 2 blockers to make this play.
And he's got 4 or 5 blockers in front of him if he gets past 6.
38-10, Cardinals with a 28-point lead.
Okay, Alonzo Kendricks is going to play a little safety. Patterson I saw him get shaken up on the last, just looked like he got his bell rung the last series.
Snap back, handoff to Afari. He's got some space still on his feet. And he'll get about 9 yards of the play. Alonzo Kendricks is checked in at safety. He's getting another look here.
Look at this fullback, 35 Lakota West, gets outside, lead block.
Good block.
You can't see behind the play. He laid out DeShonte Smith-Moore, and what I liked best about it, they both jumped up and said, that's a good hit. That's a good hit. Very complimentary. Good work, guys. So
Alonzo Kendricks checks in for Jagari Patterson. Kendricks has made a lot of tackles this year for the Colerain Cardinals on special teams. The senior going to step up on senior night for the defense.
Listed as a junior.
Oh, junior, excuse me. Pass deep over top is incomplete.
Yeah, just a jump ball found him streaking down the field. It looked like he had it. He high-pointed the ball, did a good job, a good throw.
Jordan Harris went over top of J.J. Davis, but J.J. Davis knocked it away as they came to the ground. 3rd down and 1. That was a good call there, Lakota West. 2nd and short.
Take a shot
deep. See what the Firebirds do here on 3rd and short.
Yeah, Colerain with a lot of guys going both ways, kind of showing a little bit of fatigue here, and it's only the 3rd quarter. Lots of movement. There's a defensive lineman for Colerain that flinched, but he did not cross over.
And that is the call. False start on the Firebirds.
Yep.
Yeah, Brendan Hobbs came forward, but he never crossed the line of scrimmage.
He's right over the ball, maybe a yard and a half off. So when he flinched, he didn't cross. So yeah,
it caused Ethan Elliott to come forward. And offsides for the Firebirds. So now it's 3rd and 6, and it completely changes the play call. Or not. Handoff lost. Ball still loose. Jaden Horton gets back on top of it.
Yeah, this time is the first time he looked like he wanted to keep it. He put it into the belly of the running back, and he's been giving it up the whole time. This time he wanted it himself. And if you haven't done that all game, it's hard to get that feel in the mesh.
And I thought it would have changed their call from 3rd and 1, but I could bet that was probably the same play.
That's pretty much their bread and butter play. They run that, 75% of the time.
So Hort back to punt. Bolden nearly got a hand on it. Hicks will field it. Step back. Step through. Got some space, and he's got one man to beat an open field. He's got the punter. He beats him, and he's got open field. Javon Hicks with the punt return for a touchdown.
He broke some big ones this year, but I believe, is that his first? He's taking the
first one that counted.
That punt was a little bit low. Got right to him. Good. He had one guy bit. The big man going to UC. Is he going to play offense there? Is he going to play defense? But for 6'2", 190 pounds, shows a lot of speed, shows strength right there. Runs right past the fullback. And a special team score for the Colerain Cardinals.
And Javon Hicks goes 71 yards on senior night for the touchdown. Martini with the hold down. Mangold adds the kick. And with 2:56 to play in the 3rd quarter, it's the Cardinals 45,
Yeah,
the Firebirds of Lakota West
Still
10.
more than a quarter left to play. It's senior night. You want to get some of these guys in, but you don't want to take out your starters too early.
Now, the thing is, now that it is a 5-touchdown, 30-plus point game, 35-plus point lead,
Running
there
clock.
will be a running clock as soon as this next play commences.
Cedric Thomas, Jeremiah Ross. Keep the Firebirds.
So it looks like Colerain's going to get some substitutions
Chris
here on
Mangold
this kick
kicking off for
coverage team.
Colerain.
Let's go, Coach. You need 11. Count them out.
1, 2, 11. Chris Mangold set to kick off.
To thank Noodles and Company for the food in the press box, we encourage you to try their new 3 noodles and cheese. It's sure to please.
So Mangold's going to tee it up at the 40.
Kick is up. Kick is high. It'll be fielded by Thomas at the 6-yard line. So try to find some space. Josh Huber had him initially, lost control, and the tackle is made by Alonzo Kendricks.
You called that one early. Kendricks has shown up a lot this year on special teams. Huber makes the initial contact, almost gets the ball out of there.
There has been two, Alonzo Kendricks, the junior, and the senior Javante Turnage. They don't start in the defensive backfield, but they make so many plays on kick coverage. As we get a score update, final.
On the Firebird 31-yard line. First
Mason
and
has
10.
defeated Fairfield 15-0. So,
Does that throw a wrench in the Harburn ratings?
no, it doesn't really matter for the Cardinals because they're going to be the 2 seed, and X is going to be the 1 seed. Horton still in a quarterback. Snap back, handoff of Fari, faked, throw to the flat, trying to find some space. Ball is fumbled. It's still loose.
Ball still loose.
And who has it? Who has it? Colerain Cardinals.
There's your man.
Alonzo Kendricks.
What was that? J.J. Davis comes up one-on-one with the wide receivers. We watch replay. Quarterback pulled it out, and he throws it to the running back in the flat, and he's got some space in front of him.
And you talk about it.
J.J. Davis gets off his blocker, strips the ball out of there.
And you talk about it. You
Kendricks,
said,
watch Kendricks keep working. Keep working. Keep working.
you talk about a kid stepping up when he gets the opportunity. Alonzo Kendricks just did that.
So we got a lot of changes. Not too many. New fullback, new tailback.
Hamaz Abdul-Wahid in at fullback, Freddie Johnson in at tailback, Billy Cromwell in at wide receiver. Handoff, Hamaz Abdul-Wahid takes it.
You know what? You got some substitutions on offensive line. But there was the big man right there, Xavier Peters. He hasn't given up. That play was so ugly, it was tough to call because I'm not really sure. Xavier Peters just blows up the fullback, the quarterback, everybody at once.
Nick Martini checks in for Josh Huber. Yeah, Xavier Peters just blew up that entire play.
Has he signed with anybody yet? Do you know?
I believe it's Kentucky. Handoff.
Nope.
Faked. Leyendecker keeps it, fakes the pitch, still on his feet, breaks a tackle. First down for the Colerain Cardinals.
Nice read. He's got a good feel for the option right there. Even with the subs in, defensive end forces him to keep it outside. Fakes the pitch, turns it up, and splits 2 defenders right there. Leyendecker has had a good night with his reads.
Peters is committed to the University of Kentucky. So first down. Again, it's a running clock with the score with the Colerain Cardinals up 35 points.
Probably the last play of the third quarter.
Leyendecker keeps it up the
Getting
middle.
tackled at the 3.
Still on his feet. Go down. Go down. Go down. Don't get hurt.
You know what? He has taken his team, marched them down the field, and tackled inside the 5.
This is like there was a game earlier this year where Deontay Smith-Moore pushed and Sincere Jones pushed the ball downfield the entire time, because that's the final play of the fourth quarter or third quarter. After 3 quarters of play here at Colerain High School, it's the Colerain Cardinals 45, Lakota West Firebirds 10. There's a game I want to say Hamilton where Deontay Smith-Moore just got it downfield, and didn't get any of the touchdowns.
Well, you take what the defense gives you when you get close in. Gunner's very quick, but he's not going to run away. And Brandon, you want to give your backup quarterback some snaps, but your backup quarterback has played starting fullback.
Is your starting fullback who's playing both ways because he's in for the injured on linebacker.
I see him taking some snaps right now.
You know what? Why don't we see the third string quarterback at this point? Quick score update. Milford had tied it up at 28. Anderson scores again. So 34-28. Anderson leads Milford. It's a big game for Anderson in Division II, but it's also a big game. Milford trying to do 2 things. Get into the playoffs for the first time since the 80s, and 2, win out and host a game here in Division I. Although if they lose tonight, they will likely have a chance to be the first-round opponent for the Colerain come playoff time.
So the Colerain Cardinals going to take the field, and DSM is going in at quarterback. Gunnar Leyengecker again takes him down inside the 5.
Amaz Abdul-Wahid in the backfield with the 2 Boltons. Motion keeper DSM breaks 1 tackle, still on his feet. Never went down, but they're going to call us forward progress because he's laying on top of 2 defenders. Broken at about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, he tries to follow his blockers behind there, and Peters is there to blow it up. Stops him, but you're absolutely right. Second, third effort.
It's a good job by,
get in there.
Good job by Peters. He got right off the Dan Bolden block.
That doesn't happen often. Bolden usually locks in on you. He's going to take you down.
Bolden in motion. Fake roll. DSM has his choice. And he's got Dan Bolden for a touchdown reception.
You know what I'm looking at there? DSM, and he had his choice of Dan or Kyle.
Dan or Luke.
Or yeah, Dan or Luke. He had his choice of either one. So you want to celebrate because your teammate got it, but are you happy that he threw the ball to your cousin because you were that wide open?
Chris Mangold to attempt the extra point.
He's going to congratulate him, but I'm going. There's going to be. I'd like to be at the breakfast table tomorrow.
Snap is back, kick is up, and it's good. And with 11:16 to play, Colerain Cardinals have extended the lead 52-10. And you might say, why do you run that play? Why do you throw it there when it's an obvious run down, you're up points? But that's one of those plays Colerain's running just to put it on film to make people look, hey, this is what we can do on the goal line. They may never run that play again. They force future opponents to look at it.
And you need to practice that, too. That could be a 2-point conversion as a key, and with your backup quarterback. DSM is shown, we knew last year, he's not that big of a guy, but he can throw the ball when he needs to. And if you give him that run-pass option, he could have probably ran that ball in at that point.
Couple other final scores. Northmont defeats Springboro 35-10, effectively eliminating Springboro from the playoffs. Harrison defeats Mount Healthy 37-6. Final Sycamore 40, Lakota East 13, and it wasn't even that close. It was 40-0 at one point. Sycamore, they defeat the Thunderhawks 40-13.
Cedric Thomas.
Mangold set to kick off again. Thomas.
Lakota West. Chris Mangold kicking off for Colerain.
Back deep along with Jeremiah Ross. Kick is up, and it'll be fielded by Thomas again. Around the 5-6 yard line, trying to find some space. Down the sidelines, makes one man miss. Probably because there was a block in the back.
Well, no, he kind of ran into his own man. There's a Colerain player, and the referee has got his feelings hurt again. This time, there's a Colerain player and a Lakota West player behind a play.
Personal foul and
That ball
sportsmanlike
was
contact,
sportsmanlike.
this time on the Firebirds. Let's get another look at it. We'll get to see if we can see where the holding call exactly is.
It was on 44. It was way behind the play, so it really didn't affect the play. There's a little bit of push in between 44 from Lakota West and Huber. And then after the play, I'm not sure what was said, but from what I'm told on the field, it doesn't take much to hurt this referee.
Yeah, I mean, it just looked like a Colerain player, and 44.
Just got kind of.
And they kind of, no one like got into it. They were just kind of hitting each other and walking away from each other. But again, quick flag. This time it comes at the expense of the Firebirds. So we have some substitutions.
Ball is now moved back to the
Number
8-yard
38 now in the defensive backfield for the Cardinals, along with 24 Devontae Turnage and 15. So 34, 38.
That's Davion Bates along with Darian Steele.
And 15 Darian Steele. So the senior going to get in here.
DeMonte Allen in on defensive line.
Handoff up the middle. Still on his feet is Afari.
Kendricks on the tackle.
Also in the ballgame, 45.
Going deep into the rosters, really testing this. DeMonte Allen, I already had him. Right?
78.
78 is not listed in my program.
Might not have been 78. 35.
That's Willie Finch.
15.
We already have that one.
38.
That's Darian Steele. And 38, that was the first one you called. That's Davion Bates again.
Handoff, Afari trying to find some space. Steele forces him inside. Off of one tackle, Turnage and Real will bring him down. 42.
Daryl Patrick in the ballgame.
46.
Brian Beavers, along with Sam Teetsort.
So wholesale substitutions. 78 is in the ballgame, but we don't have a name for him. T formation, handoff, up the middle of Afari. Met Javante Turnage pushes him back. Good tackle in open field by the senior.
You know, you're absolutely right. Turnage just kind of held his ground, makes contact, and no yards after contact, just stick. No, you're not good in that first down. And just drives him to the ground, so brings up a second down. About 3 yards. As he said, we're back to the running clock. 9 minutes left to play. Lakota West still has all their starters in.
44.
Sam Teetsort.
I already got that one.
Yeah.
I'm just naming names.
We got him.
Handoff, double handoff. Ball's on the floor, and it is still
loose.
Still on the floor. Horton picks it up, and the fumble in the backfield turns into a 12-yard gain. Just like the Firebirds drew it up.
Yeah, so they tried that double handoff. They did, and he missed it. He kicks the ball forward, doesn't get loose. Couple Colerain players right there. And there's your quarterback, man on the spot, picks it up. They should do that every time.
Eight minutes to play now. Snap back, handoff of Afari, trying to get some space. He's met by a few Cardinals. It will be 42 and 35, bringing them down.
Yeah, it's Daryl Patrick, middle linebacker.
45.
Along with
And
DeMonte Allen.
And the eponymous 78, whose name we don't have on our roster.
Second down, 5.
Yeah, I've got 2 rosters for Colerain. He's not listed in either
Which
one.
it got to the soap. Snap is back. Handoff. Swanson makes one man miss. Still on his feet. First down. I went to the stat guys are like, some of these guys' numbers, it's just the stat is popping back, name not found. So again.
First down from the Colerain 36-yard line.
Well, I've noticed, too, on the sidelines, we've got, this time of year, Colerain's got some players with white helmets, no stickers. So they've got some. They've dressed. Those are the freshmen that they brought up. Give what feels like to be on a Friday night game.
Handoff, Swanson up the middle, trying to find some space. Still on his feet, pushes forward for an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, the size advantage that Lakota West had with their starters against our starting defensive line is really even greater now that we've gone to
50 checks in for the Cardinals.
Will now spot on the Colerain 29-yard line. Second.
Rico Hambrick.
37 also in.
37 is not listed in the program. 2nd and 3.
Do we have a 17 maybe? There's the offsides on the Colerain Cardinals.
We do have a 17. It's Jordan West.
I think that was. I know it's Jordan West because I remember calling basketball games for Jordan West. He's
The
not
5'4".
not the tallest young man, but he was out there for that last play. The senior here on senior night. First down and 10 for the Firebirds on the Cardinal 24.
We've got a chain issue.
Officials timeout.
Officials timeout.
Cardinal fans, just a reminder, the high-flying
And as we
Cardinals
speak,
travel
down
to
28-7 at one
next
point.
Friday.
Milford has taken the lead, 35-34 over Anderson.
Wow.
Step back handoff, Afari pushing forward.
Afari, the ball carrier.
Lakota West not really doing anything fancy. Just saying we're bigger than you. Just going straight ahead. Good push by the offensive line. 2nd down 3.
Clock continues to run now under 5 minutes. Snap back, Horton. Nope, it's Swanson. No, it is Horton. Keeps it around the edge.
Horton, the ball carrier.
And he'll pick up the first down.
He's going to take it down to the 12-yard line.
Tackle made by number 24, Javon
Student body left from Jaden Horton.
And number
Yeah, we've seen that a lot from the running back.
Devondre
Horton really hasn't run enough himself. First
Good.
time he's kept it.
Good tackle by the backup senior linebacker, Demondre Allen. Handoff of Fari, tries to get around Javante Turner. Did a good job of bouncing that play out. Afari does a good job, but he's going to pick up just 1 yard.
Yeah, Turner gets great penetration here on the outside. Force him outside, just slows him down. There's Teetsort right there, chasing him to the outside, and then Kendricks forces him out of bounds. But because of the running clock, the clock is still running, even though he stepped out of bounds.
You can tell, look at that play of Fari. He's been Mr. Everything tonight for Lakota West, and he looks to be pretty gassed there, taking some heavy breaths. Back to that T formation. He'll get another handoff here.
Afari, the ball carrier. To the 6-yard line.
Hambrick with the tackle here.
Hambrick is in on the tackle.
Follows his fullback right up the middle. Taken down at the 6, Rico Hambrick, junior in the ball game.
So 3rd down and 5.
Probably 4-down territory for the Lakota West Firebirds. I think that's an easy call. Don't think at this point they'd settle for a field goal.
Handoff. Capped.
Nice.
Horton tried to get to the edge.
They're going to mark him down. He reached into the end zone trying to get the touchdown,
Yeah,
but
say
his knee was down, but is going to be probably enough for the first down.
Just a naked bootleg there. Good job by Horton to get everything he can. Breaks the tackle. Kendricks can't get by Hambrick. But he 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Sneak by Jaden Horton. And he's in for 6 points. So Horton on the quarterback keeper. Cuts it down to a 52-16 lead.
Extra point pending.
Michael Doyle attempting the extra point.
Snap is back, kick is up. And it's good. And with 2:25 to play, it's the Colerain Cardinals 52. The Firebirds of Lakota West 17.
Firebirds 17.
And believe it or not, there's a personal foul after the play against Colerain. The kick is good. I saw absolutely nothing. Do we? Hang on just a second. So with the personal foul that's called after the field goal was good, will it be enforced on the kickoff? Lakota West
will be kicking
from the Colerain 45.
And appears Lakota West is setting up for an onside kick.
Michael Doyle will be kicking off for Lakota West.
Down 35 points with 2 minutes left.
Michael Doyle set to kick. Yep, he's lined up for an onside kick.
Colerain's got their hands team in, but this is their JV hands team. Lakota West down 35, 2:29 left to play. He's going to need to recover this, score 5 times, recover every onside kick from that point on.
And they will get the onside kick.
Which means nothing.
Clock will, though, should continue to run as soon as the play is run. Swanson gets the recovery for the Firebirds.
Correction, Lakota West recovers the onside kick.
Lakota West, with all their starters still in the ball game.
With the running clock, it has begun.
Still waiting for the chain crew to set up.
No, it was a timeout. They want to make sure they get all their defensive players in.
Timeout Colerain.
We got a substitution in the ball game. Jake Riley, senior, in on defensive line.
And so was number 17.
That's senior Jordan West, 5'4", 140 pounds, playing safety.
And at corner, Nick Martini.
A lot of movement up front. Left tackle, or it might have been a tight end on this side of the field.
Either way, the clock should be rolling.
Well, but that's before the play started. So did the play ever get going?
So a false start. Make it 1st and 15.
So that'll take 5 yards, bring it back to the Colerain 39. A 1st down and 15 to Lakota West.
Handoff Afari trying to find some space, makes one man miss. He's gonna be brought down in the open field by what?
The biggest eruption on the field was for the smallest man with the biggest heart, Jordan West. All 5'4", 140 pounds, playing a little bit of safety right here. Shows a little bit of wheels, has an angle, gets down, makes the diving tackle, grabs the foot, takes him down. A big play, Jordan West.
Horton, hands off, gonna fake it, keep it himself, brought down from behind by number 15.
Yeah, Darian Steele, senior, defensive back. Play took a little bit long to develop. Great pursuit from the backside.
Second down with 36 seconds left. And Horton going to throw deep over top for 6 points.
Yes, it's good for the Dakota West touchdown.
Touchdown pass from Horton to Cameron Webby.
Now, I believe it's 21, Brandon, isn't it?
24.
Or 24. You're right. You're right.
Not running clock anymore. Look how many seconds are left on the clock. Really? That's must be pulling on back.
Snap is back. Kick is up. Nearly blocked, but it'll get through. And with 15 seconds remaining, Colerain 52, Lakota West 24. The important thing is that score takes away a running clock.
With 15 seconds
Now, if
left.
in all honesty, if Lakota West tries another onside kick, Coach Bolden might take his team off the field. You do not have time to physically score 4 touchdowns.
Well, you didn't have it last time when down 5 scores.
Yeah.
And that's when you get players hurt, especially you've left your start. Well, I'm going to shut up right there.
Yeah. Coach Bolden is already not happy about some certain things in this game. Certainly not going to be happy with some others.
He's lining up for an onside kick, Brandon.
Yep, and
No, maybe not. Okay. He looked to the sidelines and asked the coach who they were almost lining up for the onside kick.
so Doyle set to kick. Onside kicks it into the air. Caught and immediately goes down. This is number 14. I don't know who's the name on 14.
That's Gavin McCoy, Jr.
That's your final here this evening. Cardinals 52, Firebirds 24.
And I guess that was a 15-second play. I don't know. That didn't seem like it went 15 seconds, but the clock is at 3 zeros. So that would do it. Game is final.
What? They ran 15 seconds off on an onside kick?
Well, we'll let it happen.
Well, let it happen.
Fifth
Wow.
final here. Colerain Cardinals have defeated the Lakota West Firebirds 52-14. So for Brian Wyatt, I'm Brandon Wyatt. Everyone at wearecolerain.com, you've been listening and watching Colerain football on Waycross Community Television.
OHSAA football on Waycross Sports, brought to you by Wild Birds Unlimited, your backyard bird feeding specialist on Kemper and Winton Roads next to Fitworks. Call them at 825-7777. Neiman Plumbing. Visit them at www.neimanplumbing.com or call them at 513-851-5588. And Star One Realtors. Visit them at www.starone.com. One goal, one passion. Call them at their Northwest office at 513-385-0900. And the Driver Ed Academy, where your safety begins. Visit them at www.driveredacademy.com or call them at 729-2550.